If you're sick and tired of Google pushing Gemini and its AI-related features in your face, then this is the video for you. Because today, I'm going to show you all of the applications that you can disable to safely and effectively remove them from your device. When researching for this video, I tried to find all of the package names that you're looking for, no matter if you have a Google Pixel, a Samsung Galaxy, or even a Xiaomi smartphone. And I found AI-related packages for 7 different OEMs, so I'll be going over all of them here today. But honestly, it's not a bad idea to search for all of these package names that I have labeled here, because you don't know which apps a company like OnePlus has replicated on their own, and which apps that they're using from Google's AI suite. You're going to be able to disable these in a few different ways. Some of them, like the Gemini app, can be disabled directly through the app info page. You'll need to find them from within the apps menu in the settings application. Just make sure that you have enabled the show system apps filter so that none of them are hidden from you. You could also manually disable these with ADB shell PM disable user or the ADB shell PM uninstall commands. This takes a bit of extra setup before you can start typing out those commands though, but I do have a dedicated video showing you how to do this with the Chrome app, so you can actually follow all of those steps that I mentioned in the video. Just replace the package name for Chrome with the package names that I show you in this video, and I'll have that linked down below. Now, another way, if you have Shizuku installed on your phone, then you can use a companion app like Kanta. This combo also has a fair bit of setting up to do though, so instead of making this video longer than it needs to be, I'll have a link to that Kanta guide down below as well. But if you stick around toward the end of this video, then I can show you how to disable Gemini and all of these AI-related apps on Android with a simple website that I've been working on. So these are the list of applications that I found to be AI related. And we'll start off with the pre-installed apps that are going to be safe to remove. Just remember, I recommend checking for all of these using whatever method that you choose to go with. So we have the Google Gemini app that is safe to disable, and it only controls the Gemini overlay while also reverting you back to the legacy Google Assistant on some devices. We have the Google AIcore application, and that can free up about 2 GB of RAM while also disabling offline model inference. There's the Google AI Wallpapers app, and that's going to remove generative wallpaper customizations. We have the Samsung AIcore app. That's going to disable Note Assist, Sketch to Image, and Photo Remaster. We have the Samsung.Bixby.agent, and that's going to disable Bixby voice triggers and their routines. There's also Samsung Bixby Vision, but that's going to disable QR and object scanning within the camera application. As we continue down the list, we have the OnePlus AI Unit Engine, and that's going to disable system translation and context awareness within the firmware. There's also the OnePlus AI Writer, and that will remove the floating AI text generation button that they've been using. There's also Xiaomi Mi AI, which will disable native voice wake and processing. There's Xiaomi MIUI Analytics, and that's going to stop behavioral tracking and data transmission. We have Xiaomi System Ads, which will remove ads from native Xiaomi system apps. There's also Motorola Moto AI, which will disable Motorola-specific context suggestion panels. We have the Vivo IntelliCore, which will reduce optimization cycles for background AI models. And since you don't need those, it's going to be safe to remove. Finally, we have the Asus Intelligence app, which will disable offline gallery tagging, and it's also going to fix CVE 2019. We're going to move on to the Google Private Compute, which is going to stop all of the model updates that are happening on your device. So any AI features that you leave, you'll see them become stale over time. We have Xiaomi Joy OSE, which will stop tracking and may actually affect game frame rate throttling. There is the Google System Intelligence app, which will break parts of Gboard, live captions, and smart copy paste. So be aware of that. Then we have Google Search, which is that little search widget that you see on the home screen. That will also break Circle to Search, the widgets for Google, and it may crash the launcher if you're still using the Pixel launcher. There's also the Samsung Continuity Service, and that breaks cross-device sync and potentially freezes the UI in some situations. So I promised to show you a quick way of searching for and removing these apps. And it's a website that I've been working on lately. It's at adb.com. That's 80bee.com. And you can use this site instead of an app like Kanta. I think it's much easier to use too, since you don't have to set up Shizuku and you don't have to mess with the command prompt either. You will need to enable developer mode so that you can find the hidden developer options menu, and then you'll want to enable the USB debugging toggle from there. But with that done, we're going to connect the phone to the PC with a USB cable and then load up the ADB website in a Chromium browser like Chrome, Edge, or Brave. We're going to go through the onboarding process here, which is actually the stuff that I just told you to do in this video. So you should be able to just skim through these and then select your phone or tablet from the pop-up menu that appears here. Once you're connected though, you're going to dive into the debloater page, because from here, we're going to click into the app manager itself. Now we're just going to search for the package names for the apps that we want to remove. So we're going to copy and paste into this field. Just make sure that you have selected the Show System Apps checkbox, and you should see at least some of them appear here. Check through the apps one at a time and click the checkbox if you're wanting to remove it. The website will keep track of which apps you've selected, and I'll have this entire list in the video description below so that it's easy for you all to copy and paste from there. When you're happy with what apps are selected, decide if you want to perform the PM disable command or the PM uninstall command. I actually always go with the disable option first, and I wait to see if the OEM throws back an error from it. And if they do, I'll use the PM uninstall option for that specific app instead. But you can see these. The apps are going to be removed one at a time, and you don't have to worry about them being on your phone, taking up your resources.